that children yearn for Let's Plays. In the ripe year of 2014, YouTube was ruled by a collective of grown adults screaming at video games. And Shane Dawson. And Ray William Johnson as Crabapple. I mean, we've got Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Daniel TDM, FGT. I already made this exact joke on like 3 videos ago. The Let's Play market was filled with millions of impressionable kids to profit off of. So it only makes sense that some outside corporations will want to latch onto that market and get some extra doubloons by being hip with kids. Take Disney XD for example, and his video subject, Gaming Show in My Parents' Garage. I don't hear anybody talk about this show ever, which is really surprising because it wasn't complete sludge like you would think. There was a lot of actual effort put in. They got the big Minecraft guys and Think Noodles to tell you how to not suck at the game, and we got Rayman Legends gameplay. Can I say more? The only reason I even found the show to begin with is because I stumbled across it on Netflix in 2018 and it got removed a year later. Luckily, I can always just watch it on Zumo Play, of course. People are just making up streaming services now. I really don't want to explain the premise of something called Gaming Show in My Parents' Garage. It's obviously about the horrors of the Vietnam War. So there are these 3 kids named Ian, Anthony, and Julia. Anthony? No, that's Smosh, what? So there are these 3 kids, Ian, Jesse, and Julia, and they have a gaming channel on YouTube. It's very explicitly YouTube too, not even that UView bootleg bullcrap. It's not just a show about gaming, it's a show about the whole YouTube biz too. Like iCarly, except it wasn't made by a pedophile. The first episode goes through the 3's creation of their YouTube channel, and the first face we see is Think Noodles! Dude, I had such a good streak. These kids genuinely have connections to every prominent gaming figure in the world. If this show continued, Ian probably would have revealed like Gabe Newell's great uncle and that Ian's going to own Steam. Maybe that's why the show got cancelled. Ian's busy updating the TF2 SDK. We also learned that Jesse can teleport. They all can. This is part of the real life segment, so these 3 are just casually superhumans. He goes to Legoland to see this guy and talk about Lego Batman 3, and then we're subjected to the worst Lego gameplay I've ever seen. There's a part of the episode that properly introduces all 3 characters for the channel, this Pokemon stat screen. I need to point out the charisma stat. 2014, Oda's foreshadowing is insane. Julia pulls out a Virtual Boy. And then we're introduced to Finn, who's a self-proclaimed Minecraft expert, and he runs a short segment in each episode called Mind Time, where he talks about Minecraft. I only found this out like a month ago, but apparently Finn was a YouTuber called Finn's Graphics. Mind Time is a genuinely very interesting segment, because they take the time to talk about recent Minecraft news, and even mention external stuff like texture packs. In this one he also goes to PAX East for some reason. Finn also has a brother named Sky who shows up from time to time. Hey wait, didn't you abuse your wife? It's Rayman! The next segment has 2 basketball stars review NBA Jam on the SNES. And Ian explains the reason they have so much celebrity connections because they have a lot of celebrities that owe them favors. Is Ian the devil? We get one last segment of Think Noodles explaining how to start your own YouTube channel. And we get some cameos of the YouTubers who were too good for the show and didn't you abuse your wife? Well, the first episode done and all our main characters introduced. Who knows what new shenanigans will occur? I can't stop watching Skippity Toilet! I play Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. Watching the scene where Jesse and Ian act out football made me realize that the show gave me a vocal stim for the longest time, and it was Ian going, Green 7! Green 7! I don't know why this was my primary takeaway from the show. This episode is called Code Yell because Pikachu hates Jesse's guts. For whatever reason, this is the segment of the show I remember the most. Okay, so Jesse has teleportation and also super speed. And of course the thing he's rushing towards is a hit new Sonic game, Sonic Boom grabs a lyric! This is the second time Sonic Boom has been hyped up in the series, and we're only 2 episodes in. Sega must have been paying mega dollars for them to cut out any instances of Sonic clips to the floor. Episode 3 starts off with Julie on Scratch. Aw yeah, Think Noodles is back. Why? He's continuing the how to make a YouTube channel thing. And interesting how when talking about screen recording software, he conveniently lets out OBS. Okay, Think Noodles, I see you're being paid off by Big Capture Card. Jesse shows off his teleporting trick again, but this time
there's a glitch in the space-time continuum.
I don't know what he means by this. The funniest segment of this episode has got to be Jesse getting voice training from Charles Martinet, where for 90% of it he just talks in his Mario voice.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Wahoo!
Is it just me, or does Jesse look 8 years younger in this shot? I should probably start talking about the plots of these episodes, but they don't really matter that much. Regardless, this episode is about the gaming show gang trying to find a gimmick for their YouTube channel so it can stick out from the rest. As I said earlier, it's really interesting that this show isn't just about gaming culture, but also YouTube culture as a whole. It makes the whole thing, at least to me, a lot more relatable. Cause if you're watching this video, you probably wanted to make a Let's Play channel at one point. I know what you are. So seeing a show that doesn't beat around the bush is really cool. Take a page and a pen, draw a big mushroom and an egg, then 2 more. Now episode 4 is all about game development. Okay, so there isn't really anything of note in this episode. I thought I'd have more to say about it, but is that the guy from How Do I Craft This again? Guys, this is my gaming show, My Parents' Garage Dream Theory. Okay, so if Jesse was in a coma, and Julia was actually his doctor, and Dean was shot to death in a gang war, and Adam Sandler represented the 7 deadly sins. Episode 5 opens with Daniel TDM, the dev of Minecraft was too good for gaming show. This episode gives us the best character in all of fiction, Wagy. Jesse's uncle's house flooded, so he's storing the car in the garage. Jesse ends up getting really attached to Wagy to the point he ends up being a part of the show. Even the intro changes to accommodate Wagy, and I never brought up the intro, but you can look at it for yourself. It's the physical embodiment of a gamer t-shirt your aunt will buy you. But sadly, not everything is meant to last. What I'm trying to say is that Wagy is the bunny of gaming show My Parents' Garage. Oh hey, Stink Noodles again. He had the confidence to show off his minion roleplay series on live TV. I really respect that. Episode 6.
You should probably just fold when the only winning move is not to play.
Ian finds out how to email himself and explains it in the mid-school programming language of Rust.
Uppercase Q, lowercase g, backslash, forward slash, underscore.
The plot of this episode is that the gaming show crew gets their first troll, and the culprit is Marcus Stroman, the Toronto Blue Jays, and he's mad he's not on gaming show My Parents' Garage. I love this show. Other than that, we get to watch a video games in real life video with horribly off-tune 1-1. Literally just Wispy Woods. Everything else is slightly off-brand, like Green Goombas and Hat Goombas with Wispy, literally just Wispy Woods. This is the second time this Seth guy's shown up in the show, and I can't find anything about him other than him being a Pokemon expert that did something for some Pokemon games. Those cowards could have brought in Wolfie Glick and he would yell at Jesse about how much he fucking hates Cinnamon. At one point, Jesse tells Nolan North, voice actor of Nathan Drake from Uncharted, to do a voice impression of Dunebug from Skylanders. Who thought of this? Episode 7. Give it up for episode 7. In this one, the gaming show crew are hosting a 24-hour gaming challenge where they do nothing but game. These are some of the most horrendous memes I've ever seen. One of the messed up versions look better than the originals. You know, they're supposed to spend like 24 hours gaming, but they don't like really game much in this episode. That's kind of weird, huh? Can you tell this is unscripted? Can you? This episode opens with the most YouTube sponsorship style shill for Clash of Clans. It has nothing to do with the plot of this episode, which is that this guy becomes an internet gaming show for some reason. You know, I've been wondering why specifically sports stars that always show up as get what? I was going to mention this parody in my Minecraft video that nobody watched, but I cut it for the pacing. What do you mean I discovered it through gaming show My Parents' Garage? This episode is kinda unmemorable, and by that I mean it's the only one that I didn't remember a single segment from. They don't really do anything with the concept of having an intern who doesn't play video games, and he kinda just leaves at the end.
My life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage, all while I am still collecting coins.
The retro gaming episode was inevitable, and I gotta say, they kinda kill it. But first, they have to mention they're playing the LEGO Hobbit in 2-player split screen with 3 controllers. The plot is that all of the gaming show crew's modern consoles are broken down, so they have to resort to the old game consoles that Jesse's parents have in this giant chest for some reason.
Great Scott!
Who's Scott?
I was writing the script thinking that I should mention the Risen visual segments, but I had nothing to say about it. Then it hits me with the Dragon Ball Z heavy punch sound effect, my pants sagged. Oh right, it doesn't say anything about Risen Visual. Remember that old Minecraft Pac-Man mod that was like really popular back then for some reason? Even though it's like just Pac-Man with like the big teeth and it's that's Risen Visual. These all feel like random videos that would have 20 million views on YouTube, but that's not nearly as big of a compliment as you would think. The Risen Visualers do have the YouTube channel of their own, with one of the videos from Gaming Show on, but it's only this one for some reason. Yes, I'm on the second to last episode, and I'm only now explaining this. I'm very good at this, don't ask me what happened to the Skylanders video. It's a bit of a shame that like the retro game selection is like Sonic, yep, Zelda, yep, Genesis Hockey, yep! But I do really like the moment where they go through every console Mario Kart game, that's really cool. We also get what was an exclusive sneak peek at the Oculus Rift. Doesn't really work with a 2D screen, but it's cool, it's cool. Adam Sandler, what are you doing here? I'm waiting for them to start playing Myths Are 100% True. So now we're at the final episode of Gaming Show Season 1, Cry Wolf. I would start off by talking about the plot, but this episode doesn't really have one. It has Dan TDM though, that's gotta amount for something. No, but really, the plot of this episode is that Jesse's trying to convince his friends that he knows Adam Sandler. Even Donkey Kong owes Gaming Show a favor. This is explicitly the real Donkey Kong who's in debt to the Gaming Show. This is some analog horror creepypasta material. Guys, this is my Gaming Show EXE in my parents' garage. I call it sisters.shed. I'm gonna say a racial slur now. Lala, turn on the TVs, they're playing Skylanders on Gaming Show. I keep on forgetting Pixels is sadly a video game movie, so we get an interview with Chris Columbus. Hey, I know what you did in the Dominican. And of course this means Jesse gets to meet Adam Sandler, baby! Adam Sandler, what are you doing here? I'm waiting for them to start playing gaming show in my parents' garage. And finally, to wrap up the season, after 10 long episodes of creation, celebrities, and Minecraft, they get a mariachi band and bash open a piano. Pianta? Say what you will, this is the best season finale in anything ever. But seriously, isn't an oddly fitting way to cap off the show? All the celebrity favorites have been done, Jesse got to meet Adam Sandler, and now everything can come to an end. Oh, thank you. What do you mean there's 25 more episodes? I keep on forgetting the show has a second season, because for whatever reason it was never added to Netflix, so I never got a chance to watch it. Yeah, biggest gaming show fan has only watched half the series. I'm a fraud and I peaked with Fandroid, I know. The script is already pretty long for a Jamie video, so I don't really want to cover the 25 episodes of season 2 if it took me this long to cover 10. So I'll leave that for another video potentially? Maybe? It's either this or the Dennis Daily retrospective. I don't really have an idea on how to wrap this video up, other than saying that gaming show in my parents' garage was wrenched from us too early. The show's second season was its last. And even though the YouTube channel, oh yeah, I somehow completely forgot to mention that the show did have a real YouTube channel, soldiered on until 2020, I'm like 90% sure that all these recent videos are just recycled from the show. Now, how can I tell? Natural Disaster Survival Roadblocks gameplay walkthrough was released in 2020 yet Jesse's playing as a guest. Them calling it Roadblocks isn't a joke, by the way, it's misspelled both in the title and the description. The YouTube channel didn't really take off. Aside from this Pac-Man in real life video getting 58 million views, the rest of the videos didn't do very well for mid-2010s Let's Play standards. Which makes sense. The characters of the gaming show crew are, well, just characters. This works in a TV show where they can rig everything to go their way, but in an actual YouTube channel they come off as just sterile. They don't really provide much in terms of commentary, and I watch a bit of their LEGO Marvel gameplay and they barely talk at all. The channel was barely getting any views in 2020, and whoever was still maintaining it must have been really desperate, because they re-uploaded the Pac-Man in real life video that got a ton of views with a different thumbnail, and it didn't work. So eventually they just pulled the plug on the channel too, and gaming show was over. And just because I was curious, I decided to Google what Jesse was up to nowadays. Jesse sucks on Instagram, music producer, specializes in loud and power, former child gamer boy turned multi-genre music man, Taylor Swift hates me, click to learn why. The third post is him sticking his foot into a toilet. I'm happy to see he's doing well. Oh, Julia and Ian are doing pretty well too, but they're not as funny. I'm happy that these three have broken out the child actor curse, and are being defined by the silly show that started 10 years ago. Though, gaming show in my parents' garage may be a cringy kids show that relies on celebrities and think noodle cameos to be marketable, but you can't deny it has a lot of heart put into it. From regularly having interviews for then unreleased games, to the Mind Time segments being genuinely informative and shining light into Minecraft culture that isn't just the YouTubers, gaming show actually cared to appeal to its audience and didn't try to take any shortcuts. Gaming show in my parents' garage was quite literally one of a kind. I mean, what else do we have? G4? Dude, Sprunky's gonna outlive G4.